sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
He wanted to save young men, just like the one who took his life. That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do."
Hi, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my little ad there. What's going on? As you can see, I am not alone. Returning to the show. Actually, Lana and I have known each other since before we even started this show. I met you like 3 years ago now through Paul.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Right when I first started podcasting. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. Great.
How's everything been going? I heard you're going to be, you're expecting to be a grandmother again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why he just told everyone I'm a grandma, but I'm a
I didn't know it was secret information.
Okay.
That's my bad.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a phone call. I just texted her and said, like, I'm on a show. Don't.
Yeah, right. Don't go into labor right now. Wait an hour. Just give me a second. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I'm glad you're out here because we're going to be talking about Donald Trump has labeled essentially everything that's not white right-wing speech as Antifa.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody's noticed, but if you're on Threads, all of us have been labeled as potentially part of a terrorist organization. So yes, we are all terrorists now, believe it or not. While we have raging, pedophiles and, more and more has come out recently of the Epstein files. Apparently Elon Musk is in there. Peter Thiel is in there. So there's a lot of corruption going on, but we're the bad guys, right? We're the bad ones. So we're going to talk about the right-wing mouthpieces, I guess. We're going to a little bit about Charlie Kirk, so I wanted to get your opinion on it and what your impression of the performance. I'm sorry, but Eric, that was the worst acting I had ever seen in my life. You cannot tell me those were real tears and real emotions on that stage. It was the saddest shit I've ever seen. Your husband just got murdered. We're going to talk about, of course, Loomer making headlines again for attacking Jasmine Crockett. She is truly one. She gives me, this is going to show my age a little bit, but she gives me like boiling your rabbit kind of vibes. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Fatal Attraction. Like, who would ever be attracted, other than Donald Trump, who would ever be attracted to this woman? She got kicked out of the White House for being too clingy. And rumors started circulating that her and Donald Trump were actually fucking. That's why they ended up kicking her out of the White House. She's insane. She's truly a crazy person. We're going to talk a little bit about Alex Jones and his new look. He has decided to shave his mustache in a particular fashion. I don't know if you saw that yet, Lana.
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, I have a video clip of that. It's pretty disturbing. And we're also going to talk a little bit about Fox News and their reaction to Donald Trump's escalator investigation. Because now not only is Fox News insinuated that we should just give homeless people lethal injections, then a homeless encampment was targeted. Now we got Jesse Waters on Fox News suggesting that we should bomb the UN building as a result of an escalator failing. We live in truly the dumbest timeline. I mean,
yeah.
All right, so let's, I guess, start with Charlie Kirk. Like, what was your reaction? I'm sure it was shocking to see, not something we all expected to see that day. What was your reaction when you had found out that Charlie Kirk was assassinated? Because the stories now that are coming out, none of this is adding up. The FBI has totally fumbled the investigation on this.
I mean, does it ever add up? But I was at work and I was listening to MSNBC streaming when the breaking news came on that he was shot, right? And then, of course, all the video showed that, and it's like, yo, no, there's no way he's alive. Like,
no.
Not. But like, I just took note of he was being racist right in the middle of when he was murdered, like literally saying racist shit.
Yeah.
When he took it to the neck, I'm like, what fuck.
Right. It was funny. Well, not funny. I guess kind of ironic though, because
Yeah.
he got shot by he's a white supremacist who got shot by who knows who at this point. I don't believe it was Tyler Robinson.
Let's just call it what it is, because
Right.
that's. I mean, do you know?
But he was literally blaming black people for gang violence and mass shootings right before he got shot
by a white man.
Yeah, by a white man. He was racist to the end.
Exactly.
Racist to the end.
Exactly.
But that's who these people are.
Have no thoughts.
We're gonna. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you have grandkids and such, so you'd probably be concerned about it. But they're using the murder of Charlie Kirk to push this Turning Point USA shit into public schools. Yeah. We're actually going to be talking about it on Tuesday with Liz from Stop Moms for Liberty, because she's extremely upset about it. And I told Liz, like, there's no way they came up with this plan in a week and a half. They've had this plan locked and loaded. They just were waiting for their moment to right. They want to teach this Christian nationalist shit throughout public schools now.
Yeah.
And it kind of just feels to me like that was the plan the entire time.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's a giant mess, and unfortunately, this is the world we live in right now, and we're all under attack. If you're not with Donald Trump and this Nazi shit that they say, and you're not 100% on board with it, you're Antifa.
Yep.
You are a domestic terrorist as far as they're concerned. So, I hope people start to take us more seriously when we call this stuff out. But these videos should prove to everybody like what we're dealing with here. But I just want to. Charlie Kirk was what he went around. He just went around and debated people. But then he would ask questions he knew people couldn't answer just to stumble him up. And then he would just try and get his racist point across. But just to give you an idea, here's him on Jubilee, I believe it was, actually suggesting that black people were better off back in the 1940s. Which is insane, but this is the stuff he would go out there and say. Like, Charlie Kirk was not a good person, just to give you an example here.
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that affected
in the last 80 years.
The generational psyche of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just...
Yeah, these videos are hard to watch. But that's who he was. He was in no way a good person. They're making him out to be a martyr. They're talking about putting statues. They're even talking about putting this fucking guy on the on actual U.S. currency. They're talking about putting him on the dollar coin, for crying out loud. It just seems like they're doing a little too much.
Yeah. Almost. Meanwhile, they're like Harriet Tubman. Nah.
Oh, I know. And then
we're gonna
right. And then they want to erase Black history from the museums. I mean, they just want to completely rewrite history. And this is this type of stuff they go around saying. And Charlie Kirk's entire purpose, his wife said it during the wake memorial, I'll put that in air quotes, his whole purpose was to target young white men. That's what he did. He wanted to indoctrinate as many impressionable young white men. Right. That's why Gen Z white men voted for Donald Trump, is because of people like Charlie Kirk.
White
But unfortunately, the death of Charlie Kirk has pushed somebody else into the forefront, and that is Nick Fuentes, who is even worse by far than Charlie Kirk. Yeah. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I just play another clip of Charlie Kirk, and just to give you guys another example. This is J.D. Vance trying to. He goes on. J.D. Vance is apparently a podcaster now, taking over Charlie Kirk, and he's out there defending Charlie Kirk, even though we have video evidence. Like, he's saying Charlie Kirk never said that, and then it shows Charlie Kirk actually saying the exact thing he's denying. So it's just, these people are hopeless.
The writer accuses Charlie of saying, and I quote, "Black women do not have brain processing power to be taken seriously." But if you go and watch the clip, the very clip she links to, you realize he never said anything like that. He never uttered those words.
If we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You.
I don't even know what to make of that. But this is the problem with white supremacists. They feel like, indeed, this is why they hate DEI. They cannot comprehend that anybody from any other community could possibly be as qualified as me because of the skin color that I have. Like, it's truly what they think.
No, I don't know if that's the case. I think that they fear. They know that they are qualified. They know that they are overqualified, and it's the fear, right, that makes them react the way they react. Charlie Kirk knows, but he's got to like do the white grievance thing so that he angers the base, right? Because they blew their 400-year head start, right? Like most of them, they had the head start. You know, Black people were enslaved. So you already had a 400-year head start, your ancestors. What the fuck you do with it? Nothing. So you're out there achieving. They need someone to blame. Trump knows that Jasmine Crockett is brilliant. That's why he hates, like, they attack the ones that are really smart, right? The Harvard graduates, the attorneys, Letitia James, like they, you know what I mean? They're not attacking just just anyone. They're attacking the ones that they fear.
No, yeah, you're actually, I 100% agree with that.
Fear of a Black Planet. You don't know that song?
Well, they believe in the Great Replacement theory. They feel like people with black and brown skin are coming for their jobs and they're going to take over the society, and eventually there's not going to be any white people left. Right. Which honestly to me is fine because fucking white people suck, man. Let's be honest. I mean, Jesus Christ, we do not have a good history. We do not have a good track record throughout the world. But no, you're right. You're right. They know. That you're absolutely right, because Jasmine Crockett's a perfect example. She's a lawyer. She has a Juris Doctor degree. I mean, Charlie Kirk was a fucking college dropout. You know what I mean? Laura Loomer at least has a bachelor's degree, even though she's batshit crazy.
And she's probably an idiot too. Marjorie Taylor Greene has a bachelor's degree. She's a fucking fool. Like,
yeah. Who are we kidding? Donald Trump has a bachelor's degree. Right, he's a fucking fool.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you have enough money, anybody can get a college degree in this capitalist society. So, but that is the person they are trying to they turn into like their white Jesus. I swear in 6 months they're going to have the Church of Charlie Kirk. And we're going to see some new religious shit come out. Like because they're out there saying Charlie Kirk died for our sins. I'm like, y'all are on meth or something. Like, what? These people are truly insane. And, but yeah, they will attack anybody, regardless of their qualifications, just because of the color of their skin. It's honestly disgusting. But, speaking of Jasmine Crockett, we'll talk about her, and then, somebody said, take down the picture of Jigsaw. What are you talking about? This is Laura Loomer, okay? This is the woman that is currently making all the headlines, okay? This is 31-year-old Laura Loomer. Sorry, I didn't mean to get that close. That's Laura Loomer, okay? So I'm sorry, but that let me hold up. Let me put it. I can make it. Jesus Christ! Come on.
That's Jigsaw.
Right, and she paid money to look like that. That's the crazy part. She actually paid money to look like that. I hate just ages these white women poorly, really poorly. But let me play the video of Jasmine Crockett that got everybody up in arms, because there are Democrats out there that actually signed off on this Charlie Kirk Memorial Remembrance Day bullshit. Our Democratic leaders have really shown their true colors since the election. I think they have failed us completely. But here's the clip
about a resolution.
Let me add it back.
This past week honoring Charlie Kirk, and there were 58 Democrats who voted against it. You were one.
Yeah.
Why?
Absolutely. You know what? One of the things I do want to point out that's not been laid out that honestly hurts my heart is when I saw the no votes, there were only 2 Caucasians. For the most part, the only people that voted no were people of color, because the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was specifically to us. And I can tell you that a month prior to him passing away, he had actually gotten out on his podcast. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he got out there and he was talking negatively about me directly. So if there was any way that I was going to honor somebody who decided that they were just going to negatively talk about me and proclaim that I was somehow involved in the great white replacement, yeah, I'm not honoring that kind of stuff, especially as a civil rights attorney, and understanding how I got to Congress, knowing that there were people that died, people that were willing to die, that worked to make sure that voices like mine could exist in this place. So to me, just like we wanted to make sure that those Confederate relics were taken down, the idea of a new age relic being propped up was something that I just could not subscribe to. And it is unfortunate that more of my colleagues, even on my side of the aisle, could not see the amount of harm that this man was attempting to inflict upon our communities.
And she is 100% correct with that analysis. But like that's why I understand. You're right, though. They see her as a threat. And people like Laura Loomer, who we obviously, I mean, I'm not going to make fun of her looks, but we see how she looks. I think she's just threatened because, I mean, obviously Jasmine Crockett's just stunning. You know what I mean? And she's in her 40s, if I'm not mistaken. Jasmine Crockett. And then you got people like Laura Loomer, who in her 30s just,
Right.
I don't know. I think overall they're just completely intimidated.
And also they want them threatened, right? So Laura Loomer knows that if she goes on Twitter with her platform, because if you're on there and you have a substantial amount of followers, you have your sycophants, you have your people. So if she speaks like that about Jasmine, that in turn spots like Jasmine, and then Jasmine gets those threats, right? So that's what they're doing as well. And that's what Charlie Kirk was doing prior to him being dead. Like she just said, not only did he target Jasmine, he targeted Black professors in different colleges. He had a list, a turning point list of Black professors who he thought was DEI or, were too woke, so that his people would go target them and go after them. They were on like a hit list, so that now they're getting death threats and their families are getting death threats. So Charlie Kirk was like, he was more than like, this isn't, the white people who voted to honor him were like, oh, freedom of speech. He was he was unhinged. And he was exactly like Donald Trump and the rest of these fools. They don't care if people die. They don't. That is what they want. James Comey died tomorrow. They would all celebrate. Pelosi celebrate. Like that's what they do. So,
well, they made fun and celebrated when those two Democratic lawmakers were assassinated. Donald Trump didn't hang the flag at half staff for them. He didn't go to their funeral. They sure as hell didn't get a ride on Air Force Two. You know what I mean? But this white Nazi gets the special treatment, like I said, he's their white Jesus. I feel like, and a lot of people, because the right wingers have gone down this rabbit hole, because they're the ones that are now picking holes apart in this FBI story. Because I've been picking holes apart from the beginning, because I did not believe the narrative from the start that what they were telling us, and now we're just finding out that more and more of it's complete bullshit. Like they didn't do an autopsy on Charlie Kirk. I don't know if anybody knows that. We will never see a medical report.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean? So, no autopsy on one of the guys, because they were grooming him to be, I think, the president eventually. Because other than Charlie Kirk, I think Donald Trump is the only one that can control the MAGA mob. Right. So I think this is why it's devastating to them. But at the same time, a lot of people on the right wing are saying they had something to do with it, especially after that WWE performance and those crocodile tears from his wife.
Wasn't his wife... at the Epstein on the Epstein Island as well, or was she Trump's pageant person? Like what?
Charlie Kirk's wife she was part of a pageant. Nobody really knew who she was before that. When she was 17, we just found out she was actually part of something called the Romanian Angels Ministry, which allegedly was kicked out of Romania for child and organ trafficking to places like Israel. And so her dark past is starting to resurface. But yeah, Donald Trump, he owned the pageant, and then she won Miss Arizona, and then she met Charlie Kirk. A lot of people were saying they were introduced by somebody like Trump, close to Trump. And there's like a whole big rabbit hole right now on the but like I said, the right's doing a great job of picking apart Candace Owens. She's going to get herself killed if she doesn't calm down a little bit, because she is going all in on it.
No, she is going
And
off.
you're on Twitter, like that's your main platform. So if anybody's on Twitter, please follow Lana. But you see a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, like the Twitter feuds and like just the nonsense coming from these people. So all right, well, back to Loomer. I got off topic there. Let me go ahead and review some of the places. Like I said, she would boil your rabbit. She's crazy. Okay, these are the places she's been banned from. Some reinstated: Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I believe she's still banned there. Medium, Clubhouse, which I don't even know what that is. It's an audio chat app. Jesus Christ. Shortly after joining, PayPal, GoFundMe, and Venmo, Uber and Lyft, CPAC, which you got to be, that's like an actual Nazi convention, and she got kicked out. She got kicked out of the 2021 Bitcoin conference, a trial of somebody named Noor Salman, James Comey book event, and Florida campaign events. Like, she has been quite literally banned and kicked out of damn near everything.
How do you get kicked out of a Klan rally?
I know, right?
And you're a Klan member. Like, what?
She cannot take any ride sharing because she Uber and Lyft, because she's so racist and anti-Muslim. Like, this,
that
insane.
is true, right? Oh my God.
I know, and keep in mind, this is somebody that has flown on Air Force One, that is very close to Donald Trump, who Donald Trump listens to.
Yeah.
This is a woman that has told Donald Trump he needs to fire people, and he has fired them.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. But here's, this is something that Laura Loomer said back when Kamala Harris was running. This was when the rumors started circulating, right after she got kicked out of the White House for being too clingy to Donald Trump. This was her reaction to it.
And it's disgusting the way that they're now spreading lies about me. The media now is accusing me of, having an affair with Donald Trump, such a salacious lie. So malicious, so disrespectful to Donald Trump and Melania Trump. They've taken it so far. And if I was a leftist journalist, if I was a Democrat, oh my God, the media would be up in arms if the Republican media was doing this to a left-wing journalist. Oh my God, they're misogynist. They're bullying a woman. They're trying to Monica Lewinsky her. They're demonizing her. They're trying to discredit the fact that she's a working woman. I mean, look, I know that Kamala Harris sucked dick to get where she is today, okay? And she had to sleep with Willie Brown in order to get to the top. But some of us women, right, we actually work hard. Some of us women have no desire to have sexual affairs with politicians or men with elite political status to climb the ladder.
Yeah.
That sounds like a confession to me. But no, she's just, this is the stuff that she posts. I'm not even going to read it. I'll just let you see how horrible it is, because, yeah, she just is full-on racist. She's an Islamophobe. She's a transphobe. I mean, pretty much every kind of phobia that you could possibly, but, like, look at this stuff that she posts.
It's like she needs attention. Like, give me clicks.
That's what it is, right?
Like,
isn't it?
She wants to be relevant. She's irrelevant. Like you said, she got kicked out the White House, kicked off Air Force One or whatever the frick it's called. She's fighting with MTG.
She's hopeless.
Bye.
She's
Bye,
truly
Laura.
hopeless. Yeah. It's funny, Fontaki said, she said that about Kamala Harris, and I just played that video. she knew what I was talking about. But here's her again. This is her talking about Fani Willis. I hate playing these videos. These people are just so disgusting.
Like the way they talk and their little DEI Shaniqua voices, and it's just very piercing, very irritating sound. They all have the same voice. I'm talking about Kamala Harris, Letitia James, and Fani Willis. Like, all of the meritless DEI Shaniquas talk the same way. It's very obnoxious the way that they talk.
Do they have the same voice? Meritless?
No.
Meritless?
No. I know Letitia James. I'm pretty sure she's quite a bit more accomplished than Laura Loomer.
Wasn't Letitia James appointed? I mean, by the voters? Didn't they vote for her?
Pretty
so,
much.
like, what is the DEI part of that?
I know, right?
Same with Kamala. Well, where's the DEI part of any of that?
There isn't any.
You pass the bar. That has nothing to do with DEI when you pass the bar, girl.
Right. Like, I know, right? And then we have people like Lauren Boebert who barely graduated high school. Not worth millions of dollars. And
exactly.
Apparently, she's qualified for her position. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, Lauren Boebert's hopeless. But no, there's complete meritless accusations by the right. It's just racism. There are no facts behind any of this stuff. But no, it's getting out of control. And this is the stuff that they've decided to elevate as a result of Donald Trump and places like the Heritage Foundation. And, you know, we've seen, I mean, I don't know if you probably haven't seen it, but we've shown several of the Trump people doing like actual Hitler salutes, like Steve Bannon and not Alex Jones. Was it Alex? No, I'm sorry, Tom Homan. Well, we all saw Elon Musk do it.
I'm sure Steve Miller has done it. There's no way Stephen Miller has
He
not.
probably does it in his sleep. That guy is like, he wants to be Joseph Goebbels. Like, he actually ripped off Joseph Goebbels' speech. That speech he gave was actually from a speech that Joseph Goebbels gave called, what the hell is it called? I can't remember what the name of the speech was, but no, I actually have the video. Stephen Miller wants to be a Nazi. Like, he truly does, which is crazy because his parents are immigrants, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And he's married. Well, he was until Elon Musk stole his wife. I believe his wife was Indian, if I'm not mistaken. Do I still have that video? I don't know. I can't find it. But no, that was actually ripped off from a speech that Goebbels gave, just put into English.
Ridiculous.
I know. And that was done at a memorial. So tell me that was about Charlie Kirk. To me, it was them coming out as, hey, we are the American Nazi Party. You know, and then they started pushing all this stuff into their schools. It just seems like this was all planned out from the beginning. This is what they wanted. They just used Charlie Kirk as their martyr and to rally their support. It was just one big grift, too. Like I don't know if you watched the memorial. At the bottom of the memorial, they had a ticker going across saying donate or text whatever number for merch.
Not surprised.
I know, and I was like, this is supposed to be a wake, and they are actually charging people.
Did Erica even like him? Like, she doesn't look like she liked him.
That marriage screamed arranged marriage to me.
Very strange.
I feel like they wanted Charlie Kirk to be in politics. This is what they do. That's what they did to J.D. Vance. They'll find a young white man and then they'll groom them to be powerful one day. Same, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what they're like, Charlie Kirk, we need you to be married and have kids and be this straight white Christian role model. And then you're like, hey, we know this lady named Erica Frantzvey. However you say her last name. You know what I mean? A lot of people are, because it doesn't make sense. Their relationship just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
How they met doesn't make sense. You know, he was just a college dropout. According to her, she says that he just slid into her DMs one day, and she responded. And then on her first date, she looked at him and said, "You're not going to be my boss. You're going to be my boyfriend." Oh, like barf. That doesn't sound real at all to me. So, but no, you're probably right. I feel like there was just completely arranged marriage from the beginning.
Totally.
I don't like they have me questioning. I don't know about you, but they have me questioning everything now because I don't trust anything that comes out of the Trump administration. Are the dogs getting rowdy?
Yeah, I keep muting myself because
you're good.
Walking in the house, so they're all like,
no, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute.
But just all right. So let's move on real quick while the dogs are getting it out of their system. Let me show you the video. This is gonna probably piss you off, and I apologize. But this is Alex Jones's new look. I believe he has since shaved it off. But this is what he has decided to look like.
Trump backing NATO. It is because of Trump. Because everything else Trump does that's good is negated by us hurtling towards total war with Russia.
See Lana's face. She's like,
again,
oh my God.
A brown jacket, a Hitler mustache. People think, wow, that's an image of evil. That's a ghost. That's gone. But the ghost of Hitler is now possessing the EU he created, his brainchild, with the unelected commission he envisioned, that again is going to start and expand a war with Russia, always licking their lips for over 600 years.
Crazy people.
I mean, there's been over 100 invasions by Europe into Russia.
So there's Alex Jones with a Hitler mustache.
Why?
I told you.
You did that on purpose?
Yeah. Just to make a point, apparently. And then he claims, like, this is who MAGA listens to. Like, he actually just claimed that Hitler created the European Union. I find that hard to believe, but no, but yeah, that's Alex Jones. They don't want to be called Nazis. They keep coming out and saying, "Don't call us Nazis," and then they do stuff like this, and it's like, well, it's kind of hard.
Was it cosplay?
Right, cosplaying is freaking Adolf Hitler on your show. Like, come on, man. How is this reality? You know what I mean? But no, again, these are the right-wing psychopaths that now run the media. We're going to see more and more of them because, especially now with TikTok being compromised, Donald Trump came out and said he wanted to make TikTok 100% MAGA, which, to me, just sounds like a recipe for failure. What do you think?
Absolutely. It's not that many MAGA. Like they are really in the minority. And that was the funny thing about him in those museums. It's like, I'm gonna do this to the museums. It's like, yeah, then like liberals are not gonna go to museums. Who do you think goes to museums?
Right.
Right? Like it's fucking Disney, the Disney Channel. Like, were y'all really? Did y'all think this through? Because MAGA's been upset since there was a Black Mermaid.
Yeah.
So they ain't fucking with Disney. Can I say fuck?
No, yeah, please.
They're not fucking with Disney anyway. So all you're gonna do is make like the liberals. That's where your money is.
I know. That's why I think I'm hoping what happens is TikTok fails and then like Meta and YouTube sees that this whole going 100% MAGA, going anti-woke will make you definitely go broke. They need us. You're right. They need us. None of this stuff like traveling. Like you said, museums. You're going to see a bunch of knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing MAGAs with red hats on going to the Air and Space Museum.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or the American History Museum. They don't even think dinosaurs are real. You think they're going to go see the Natural History Museum? Come on now.
The Science Museum where they don't believe in science.
Right. Well, they got to make a new museum about how the Earth is only 2,000 years old. And then the Flat Earth Museum and shit. Like, that's the stuff. I swear we're living. You ever see the movie Idiocracy?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh, my God. Why? Everybody has to watch that movie. It's the dumbest movie ever. What it's about, I have to explain this every time. Because it's such an obscure movie. It's written by Mike Judge, one of the creators of Beavis and Butthead. But what it is instead of scientists, somehow, I guess natural selection kind of fails to reward the intelligent and just starts rewarding people that procreate the most and have the most money. So, scientists and being intelligent becomes kind of extinct. And over a period of 500 years, we just become dumber and dumber and dumber as a society. And then there's this guy named Joe, super average guy. He gets in a military experiment where they freeze his body. It's supposed to be for a year, but it ends up being 500 years. And when he wakes up, he's the most intelligent person ever. But it's so much like the Trump administration. Like they have Terry Crews plays President Camacho. He's the president. But when he comes out on stage, he looks just like Hulk Hogan did when he came out at the RNC, ripping his shirt off and stuff. Oh, there's so many parallels. It's hilarious. But I feel like we're living in the prequel of that movie because we are living in the dumbest of times right now.
Absolutely.
We really are. And it's to me, I feel like it's only going to get worse. And you're going to see why. Like Fox News, some of the stuff they're saying is going to get people killed.
Yeah.
It already has. It already has. You
Absolutely.
can't say Charlie Kirk was a Nazi without getting fired. But Fox News can go on the air and suggest euthanizing homeless people and bombing the UN because an escalator malfunctioned. And that's okay?
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like I said, it's free white right-wing speech. Everything else is seen as bad. So, yeah. All right, moving on to the last asshole before we have some fun and talk about this whole escalator gate stuff. Because I have to laugh a little bit or I lose my mind. This is the person, and he has gained a massive amount of followers since the death of Charlie Kirk. Because now these young white men, racist men, are looking for a new person to follow. And as a result of Nick Fuentes being blamed for Charlie Kirk's death in a way, because I even think he's responsible for radicalizing a lot of these young youth that are committing the violence. He's even more dangerous, and he's also very much against Donald Trump, and he's very much against Israel. So he's going to radicalize even more people now, but at the same time, I think he's going to cause a massive rift and cause a lot of these, because they believe in Nazism, so they're not very big on us supporting Israel. Let's just say it that way. They, believe the same things as Adolf Hitler did, and that's what Nick Fuentes is. So let me just play this video of him because he, I think, is the worst of the worst. I think he's a threat. I think he's going to cause a lot of damage with the stuff that he says. But here's him. If you guys don't remember, I'll play a popular one that most people remember. This was him celebrating after the election, saying about women, saying it's your body, my choice. This is the kind of stuff that he says.
The feel when you're totally not pressed. The feel when we control your bodies. Hey, bitch, we control your bodies. Guess what? Guys win again, okay? Men win again. And yes, we control your bodies. Hi. I'm your Republican congressman. Hi, I'm your Republican congressman. It's your body, my choice. And men, women again. Men win again. There will never, ever be a female president. Never. There will never be a female president, ever.
Yep. That's who they're going to be going to. And he's worse than Charlie Kirk, which is hard to say because Charlie Kirk was a piece of shit.
Absolutely.
But Nick Fuentes is far worse. And I find it hard to believe that guy's ever had sex with a woman that he hasn't paid to have sex with.
Oh, totally agree.
I can't imagine that women voluntarily sleep with guys like this. Like, is that a thing? Like, honestly, I feel like these ignorant men have made like nerdy older dudes like me just more appealing.
He's totally like an incel, friggin' groiper incel or something. Like he's
it's funny you say that word, like his groipers. I have a video of him because I honestly thought it was he was the reason that Charlie Kirk got murdered because he hates Charlie Kirk, hated him with a passion. They had a thing called the Groiper Wars.
Yeah.
And the Groipers are 4chan, like Pepe the Frog memes, kind of conspiracy theorist nut jobs, like off the chain Nazis, actual Nazis. These are the types that won't hesitate to have KKK meetings and tiki torch parades. Like that's the kind of guys they are.
Yeah.
It worries me that that's who they've decided to elevate as opposed to now that Charlie Kirk's gone. So that's a problem. That's a problem. But the good news is that Charlie Kirk or Nick Fuentes hates Donald Trump, hates Israel.
That's true.
He hates them for different reasons, though. Like we hate them because they're committing genocide against innocent people in Gaza, whereas Charlie Kirk and his people just hate Israel because they're Jewish.
Right.
It really doesn't go any further than that with these incels.
Nick Fuentes. Well, the good thing about Nick too, he doesn't go to the different colleges to speak. So he's not out there. I mean, he has a huge following, and now he has Charlie Kirk's following too, probably. But it's still a good thing that he's not going to those different colleges and spreading this nonsense that he's spreading. I don't know.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I don't think he would. I don't think he has the
I
balls
don't
to do
think
it.
No, no, you're right.
Yeah, he'll go to a Turning Point USA event just
Right.
to confront Charlie Kirk, but he's
Right.
just around a bunch of other white people. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not going to go to a college and actually get confronted by
Right.
anybody outside of his little bubble.
Because groypers are also cowards.
Oh no, yeah, they're weird too. Like they
Yeah,
have some really weird.
Right.
They're into some really strange stuff.
Yeah.
He was also the same guy that maced a woman, I think, or pepper
Yeah.
sprayed her outside
Yeah.
of his house.
Yeah.
How threatened were you by a woman knocking on your door that you had to pepper spray her and then steal her phone?
Wasn't he at like home, but also his mom?
Well, I think it was his mom's house. Yeah, it was his mom's house that it happened. Yeah. He got scared because everybody was harassed. That's what it was. He was scared because he got harassed for that comment that your body, my choice.
Yeah.
So he went, I think, and hid at his mom's house. And then a woman found out where he was and came over to confront him, and he pepper sprayed her.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, come on.
You know, stand in there. You said it. Shoot.
I don't understand it. They're all weak men. All of them. Even like, I don't like talking ill on women, but Laura Loomer, come on, man, it's just weak.
Yeah.
Weak and heartless.
Yeah.
You know, but Charlie Kirk was the one that he felt that empathy was a made-up term. So
We did.
again, why should we feel empathy towards people that think empathy is made up? If it's not real, then why should I feel it? So,
I don't have any empathy. It's too bad he was shot. I don't want to see anyone murdered. He was young.
No.
He was young, but one less.
He was doing irreparable harm to our society.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Exactly. It's poor kids. So I can say that. I guess it's poor kids. Had him.
Yeah, they don't deserve it. Oh, I don't know if you know this either, but his wife and kids weren't there at the event.
Right. I thought one of the kids, not at that event, but was in Utah, was traveling with him.
They may have been in
No,
Utah,
not
but they
all.
weren't.
Just one. Just
Yeah.
his daughter was traveling with him, but the wife and the other one were not.
Yeah, that was crazy when I found that out, because the reason that rumor got started was a Republican congressman or senator, I think, tweeted it, saying he just got killed in front of his wife and kids. And then all the news stations started reporting that. But she's never corrected anyone, saying his wife, Erica Kirk's, never said, no, I wasn't there. They're actually playing it off like she was there for sympathy and donations.
So bizarre. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, but I challenge anybody, if you can find a video or a picture even of Erica Kirk. You know, I watched Charlie Kirk get dragged, his body get dragged to a vehicle, and she wasn't anywhere nearby.
The first reporting was that his daughter was there, but not at his talk. She was just in Utah because she was traveling with her dad, and the younger one, I guess is the son, maybe, was with the mom back in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Wherever they live. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's,
but yeah, I got death threats over this Charlie Kirk shit, which was crazy. I'm
not surprised.
No, I was going pretty hard in the paint when it came to it, because I can't stand these people. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat how I feel about him just because he's dead.
Yeah,
he's dead because he talks all that violent shit. Like you know, he even said that it's necessary to have some deaths every year due to gun violence so we can keep the Second Amendment. So.
And there lies a problem that nobody's talking. They're not talking about two things. They're not talking about gun violence because guns are a problem. And they're not talking about these young white men because they're becoming a problem. When black men commit a crime, they say the black community are animals.
Right.
When white men commit crimes, they say they're Democrats.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know. None of it makes any sense. But that's the I think just racism is just stupid. It's for stupid
it's
people.
Something they need to deal with because apparently young white men are feeling away. Like seriously, they feeling away. Whether they're Democrats, Republicans, or Independents, or groypers, or whatever the frick they are, they out here killing people.
The Democrats don't do this. Every time the Democrats do something, or even talk about doing something like this, they're like, you're grooming the kids. But when the Republican white people do it and actually target schools and public education, They're like, yeah, it's Christian values.
It's Christian.
It's like,
everyone
what?
should have Christian values, even if you're not a Christian. It's
Oh, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Well, no, I'm just saying what they're saying. I don't. I don't know.
No. I think if you're going to be Christian, then yeah, be a Christian. Like live by the teachings of Jesus. Don't say you're a Christian and then just oppress people and be a racist piece of shit. That's not Christianity.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, but all right, moving on. Let's get away from these idiots and talk about another idiot, and that would be our president of the United States. He has gone on a massive. This is paragraph. Look at this thing. Let me hold on. I gotta put this up. Look at this paragraph. This is all about the escalator stuff. This is one post about the United Nations.
Freaking ridiculous.
It says it was a triple sabotage at the UN. Yeah, I'm sure, dude. Well, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. I'm sending a copy of this letter to the Secretary General, and I demand an immediate investigation. This was 2 days ago he wrote this. No wonder the United Nations hasn't been able to do the job that they were put in existence. This is all because of an escalator. All security tapes and the escalator should be safe, especially at the emergency stop button. The Secret Service is involved. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Our president is launching an investigation into who stopped the escalator. That to me is hilarious. He is off his rocker.
Now that's him going, don't look over here.
Right.
Look over there at the escalator because you're not getting Epstein files and we're also
He's desperate.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
He actually went on this long ass rant about how Melania and I could have fallen and cut ourselves on the steel stairs of the escalator. I know, right? So dangerous. But just so we're clear, he didn't even get on the escalator, but when it stopped, let me show you the video. It stopped right before he got on it, so he never even got on the escalator. But the funny part was they looked around like, what do we do?
Exactly. I mean, at least she had enough sense to just start walking, and then he looked at her and followed.
He didn't. She did, at least. Yeah, but he's like...
he did not. He looked at her, and he's still looking around like...
like he expected somebody to start it. Like his fat ass couldn't walk up one flight of steps.
No, he
so,
couldn't.
all right, here it is. This is the greatest video. Just, what?
President Trump, Schumer.
That is so good. That is so good.
What do we do now?
I know, right? Yeah, how do we get past this obstacle that we've been...
How do we get up there? Do we take the plane? The elevator?
That is so good. So that is what we've been launching an investigation into now, is the mysterious escalator incident. I admitted on Facebook that I did it, but the FBI never came over to my house and questioned me about it. So I don't know. I was trying to be honest, you know what I mean? But I guess it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. So moving on. But this is the crazy part. Caroline Leavitt, this is her going on Fox News to talk about the escalator, man. They are actually on Fox News. Like, if you're at home watching Fox News, is this really keeping your attention? Like, you don't see this as just straight dumb.
Right.
I don't understand. This is brain rot right here. This is not news whatsoever. I don't understand how we can't sue Fox News as a country.
True.
I don't understand. For defamation against the left, because they are straight up spreading lies and propaganda about us and quite literally trying to start a civil war. They're getting people killed, quite literally getting homeless people shot. And then I'll show you the video here in Jesse Waters in a second. But here is Caroline Leavitt on Fox News talking about the escalator.
All right, Caroline, it does appear to be sabotage with the escalator and the teleprompter. What is the White House going to do about that?
Well, Jesse, that's definitely what it appears to be to me. And that's why I put out a statement earlier. There was some concerning reporting over the weekend from the London Times, as you pointed out, that UN globalist staffers were basically plotting to set up the president of the United States. And first it was the escalator, then it was the teleprompter, and then Katie Pavlich from Town Hall, who we offered a seat in the press pool to cover the president's historic speech today, noticed that the audio inside of the room was much lower and different for the president of the United States than the previous speaker. So when you put all of this together, it doesn't look like a coincidence to me. And I know that we have people, including the United States Secret Service, who are looking into this to try to get to the bottom of it. And if we find that these were UN staffers who were purposefully trying to trip up, literally trip up, the president and the first lady of the United States, well, there better be accountability for those people. And I will personally.
Accountability.
I wish the UN could sue them because that's just wild. Like, that's crazy.
That is wild. But how do they paint Donald Trump out to be this big, giant, strong man? And this is how big of a deal you're making because an escalator stopped?
It's a sabotage. The UN. That's why we don't want to be in the UN. That's why we don't want to be a part of it.
It was Antifa. Antifa did it. And they're actually going, I guarantee they're not going to let this go. I guarantee they're not going to let this go.
No.
But from what I heard, it was his own staff that messed up the teleprompter, and any audio issues are typically handled by his people.
Yeah, his videographer, they said, who was up ahead taking video, tripped it. Like, he touched it and made it stop.
It's all a conspiracy.
It's his people. Like, it's his people. But, like, MAGA probably listened to that Fox report and they were just like, wow, they hate Donald Trump.
Right? They really do hate him. They're out to get him. Those damn liberals. So I hope they release the video footage of who did, in fact, stop the escalator. That would be hilarious.
Oh, they'll never do it because they know who did it.
Right.
They already know.
It was probably one of his own people. That's why we haven't heard anything else about it.
Yeah. It was. It was his videographer.
Was it? Oh, that's funny.
It absolutely was.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So all that mess made and all that fuss made because it was their own people that did it. That's hilarious.
Did it and they know it.
They're so incompetent. It is honestly mind-blowing. Yeah. So, but all right, let's get back to Jesse Waters' reaction. This is going to get people killed. Okay, the far right is the party of violence. We have never once promoted violence on the show or on the left. Like, we have had over 10 million people in the street in one day. No King's Day. Over 10 million Americans were in the streets. No riots, no mass murders, no nothing. If anything, there were reports, though, of ICE and, there was reports of Republican, like MAGA supporters driving into protesters. That was about the only violence that was committed back then. But I've seen our side be blamed for everything since Donald Trump got a shot in the ear, which we all are starting to understand that was complete bullshit too, unless he just magically regrows an ear. Not a scratch. Not a scratch on that fucking ear. I'm sorry. It's this bullshit. This is all bullshit. I'm so tired of it. And I don't believe anything that comes out of this administration anymore.
Nope.
Nothing. Nothing. But we're laughed at universally across the world, around the world. We are being laughed at universally by other countries. Nobody takes Donald Trump seriously. And unfortunately, we're probably going to be remembered in history as being the dumbest fascist government to ever exist. Unfortunately, America is going to be known as kind of like the new Nazi Germany for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but that's how we all really need to start accepting the fact that in history, that's how we're going to be portrayed. As dumbass, especially people with my complexion are going to be listed as the dumbest fucking people ever. But, it is what it is. So here's Fox News just going ahead and suggesting that we bomb the UN because an escalator stopped. This is absurd.
What's going on with the escalator? What do you think?
Yeah, they sabotaged them.
Yeah.
And they could have hurt the first lady.
Yeah.
Trump would have fallen and he would have gotten back up. But,
They would have blamed it on his rhetoric.
Oh, of course he's so tough. He would have gotten back up.
Sabotage the teleprompter.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an insurrection, and what we need to do is either leave the UN, or we need to bomb it. It is in New York, though, right?
Yeah,
there could be some fallout there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's not even funny. Like they're.
What are they laughing at? I know they're suggesting bombing a building on United States soil.
They're crazy. Number one, don't like Melania, but like hilarious. They thought like she would fall down and not be able to get out when sis was going up them stairs in them high ass Louis like nobody's business. She had on 5-inch Louis Vuittons and she was up them escalator. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is using 2 hands like he's skiing to get up and then trying to fake it like he didn't need to and like patting it here as he's walking. Come on, man. All that gout he got. Stop man. They don't even flinch. He says bomb. They don't flinch. Dude says
they laugh. That's crazy.
Shoot homeless people who are mostly veterans. They don't even flinch. The other 2 on the couch. I'm just like,
no. And I've been watching stories left and right of people getting fired just for quoting Charlie Kirk. Not even saying he was a racist, just like posting a quote of Charlie Kirk's. And they're like, that's inappropriate. You can't work here. It's like, what?
Right.
What kind of standards are we holding these people to?
Right.
Especially when somehow Fox News is still the most popular news network on national television.
And I always say that, too, because they, say Biden weaponized. But it's like Biden never told the FCC to take Fox News off the air.
No, never once.
I wish
Even
he
though
did.
He probably should have. Let's be honest. That's not... Because they're not a news network. They're not. They're like the National Enquirer of news.
Exactly. And they're dangerous.
Yeah, this is going to get, they're going to get people killed. And this is what gets people hurt. It gets people killed and will cause violence. Nothing to do on the left has ever caused this kind of chaos. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like it doesn't matter. Like we all see now, the Trump administration doesn't need evidence.
Right.
They don't need things to go through the court of law. All they need is public support. And we've seen they will believe almost anything that they say. So they're going to blame every amount of violence from here on out on Antifa, which, again, is not a real group. It means anti-fascist. Again, a proud American tradition since 1942 until recently. And, again, if you're against anti-fascists, you are a Nazi. That's how that works. You are a fascist. And if, oh God, I got to show you this, Lana. I don't know if I sent this to you. I made a new shirt. I don't usually promote merch on this show, but I got to show everybody this shirt. I made the best shirt ever.
Oh, that's cool.
Make Antifa great again. It actually just happens to be MAGA, but the symbol in the middle, this logo is actually an OG anti-fascist logo from 1930s and 1940s Europe that I found. They used to spray paint these symbols on the walls of people chasing after little swastika guys. And then, MAGA is not happy with me over this merch that I just launched. I'm taking MAGA back. Make Antifa great again. Hey, you know what? If you're going to call me a terrorist over...
I mean, it's true. We could be MAGA, too. It's true. We MAGA, Antifa, too.
We have our own version of it now.
Exactly.
But if you're going to call me, like I say, my dad would be proud. You know what I mean? If you're going to call me a terrorist for standing up against Nazism in America, then I will wear that as a badge of honor. And I'm not going to back down just because you're going to give me this fancy little new title. You know what I mean? We're not going to stop. I mean, I'm sure you agree with me on this. We're not going to back down. If anything, I think the left is just going to grow stronger as a result of all this.
Yeah, this is easy. I always tell the people in my group, and they're like, oh, this. I'm like, yo, this ain't even like the 60s. Y'all ain't getting hit over no head. You ain't getting water hose. Like,
that's true.
You're not getting lynched. Shut up. Like,
yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just be in it to win it, or, do something else.
Yeah. But I think we all need to realize what's at stake. And that, of course, I think is our very way of life. But honestly, at this point, I think our current system of government is so corrupt that it'll never work. So we kind of just have to break it and start fresh, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope we can build something better after this is over. whenever that is.
We need to put more seats on there because
I agree. We definitely need more because we cannot have a Supreme Court as right-leaning as it is now. It is just destroying our constitutional rights.
They're not even right-leaning. They're
Trump-leaning.
Yeah, like they're just not even, they're unconstitutional at this point. Like they're not
They are.
dealing in the Constitution anymore, just whatever Trump wants. They're not even, we can deal with conservatives if they're dealing with the law, but they don't.
Right, that's another thing we have to realize is we're dealing with irrational people that are willing to do whatever to get their way. So, you know, like these Democrats that are still trying to do things by the book. Like there is no book. There is no book. They shredded the book.
Book's gone.
Yeah, it's with the Epstein black book. It's missing. Lana, that's all the time we have for today's show. I'm glad your daughter did not go into labor.
No, she didn't. I'm reading it now. She said I think she's she's having Braxton Hicks.
Okay. All right. Well, tell her I said good luck with the baby and congratulations for being a new grandmother.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, I let the cat out of the bag there. That's my bad. Next time you have to give me a little warning.
It's all good.
It was great seeing you again, and I'd love to do this again. I'd love to have you on like more regularly from now on. We can talk about anything you want to talk about, and I don't do ad revenue anymore on the show, so you can literally say whatever the fuck you want.
Which is really good because I say fuck all the time. So
well, see, we were getting in trouble so much with ad revenue. I would just rather not do ad revenue because it wasn't much anyway. Just say what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too. Right.
So, but no, it's been you're one of my favorite people, and I'm just glad you're back on the show. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you,
Hit me up
everyone.
anytime. I hope you had a good time. Have a good rest of your night.
I did. Thank you so much.
All right. And
All right.
everybody, love you all.
I'm
Thanks for
leaving.
the support. See
All
ya.
right.
We'll
Bye-bye.
talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.